Hi everybody. It's been a little while since I've done an actual video. I did a blurb about season 4 of Stranger Things, and I did it outside where it was windy, so it was really hard to hear. But wanted to warn you guys about that because we watched a little bit of it. We watched the first couple of seasons, sci-fi. It wasn't too graphic, it wasn't too bad, it just seemed like it was just sci-fi. But then it took a deep dark turn, and really surprising. It was very sad. We were disappointed, turned it off, and wanted to warn people about what your kids are going to watch, what they're going to want to see, because they get you hooked, and then they want you to keep watching all the episodes. So I did a thing on that to try and tell you what what you want to avoid watching and getting in your home. I titled this thing, What Happens Next? Well, I feel like we're in a pause. I don't know what else to call it. I think that we're just in a pause right now, that there's something that is brewing. We can feel it in the spirit, we know, because there's an uptick in dreams, there's an uptick in the prophetic, there's an uptick in spiritual awareness. It feels like we're, those of us who have been praying and really getting before God, there just seems to be an increase. And whenever there's an increase in the spiritual climate, from God's perspective or God word, there's also, because we're getting ready to see something, out of left field. I call it a curveball. I don't know what else to call it. So I don't really know what is going to happen next. But what I do think that we have to do and what we have to prepare for is we just have to be ready to let God direct us and give us guidance in the days to come. And we also need to be about his business. Okay, it's really easy to get tripped up on, well, what about that news story? What about this news story? What about they're saying this and they say that, and Biden says it, and whatever, fuel and gas and whatever it might be. Well, okay, so what? It's like, what is God? What's he doing, right? So what's he getting us ready for? How is he preparing us, and how is he positioning us, and what's happening? You're probably feeling a lot of turmoil in your family, in your relationships, in communication, in all kinds of things. It's just happening. It just seems to be happening everywhere I turn. And so we need to be aware of the fact that God is giving us tools. He's really retooling us. He's telling us, sit still. In Ecclesiastes 3, it says, hey, there's a time to speak up and there's a time to be silent. So we need to listen to what he has for us to do and how he wants us to navigate the days ahead. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things. Gas prices are not the only thing. Now they're talking about baby formula and this kind of thing and that kind of thing. Okay, so God is still bigger than all of it. He's going to cause us to understand his ways. He is the ruler of the universe, regardless of whoever thinks they're in charge. And he is going to give us strategies. I've been talking about this for a while. Like, I think we're going to get some brand new things we've never dreamed up. It hasn't entered into our mind. It's Ephesians 3:20. Never entered into your mind what God has in store for you. He hasn't revealed it, hasn't shown it, but he's showing it now, because I'm getting dreams from all over the place. I get them from, literally all over the world. And so there's a lot of them that are running the same theme. And that is that Jesus is showing up. Angels are showing up, talking to people. There's information, there's instruction coming in the night seasons from people who are having visitations from God. And so it just tells me that, we're going to be anchored. That's the number one thing. We're going to be anchored. We're going to know who our anchor is, and we're going to be able to move forward with confidence, knowing that God has given us the steps, provided the path, made a way where there seems to be no way, settled arguments, defused complicated situations, calling us to listen to him and be able to be prepared for whatever it might be. And so as we're navigating forward, as we're moving forward, the what next is a big question mark. We don't really know. The what next, though, from God's perspective is be of good cheer. I've overcome the world. And he's going to give us the necessary understanding that we need in the moment when we need it to move forward in whatever it is that we're going to be doing. Okay? So we still have a commission, and the commission is to go into all the world and basically reach people who would never darken the door of a church and preach the gospel to every creature. Well, you do it with and without words. If you read my book, Words That Work, you know that. You do it with words and without words. And we're going to continue. We're going to create outreaches. We're going to create opportunities now that everybody's demasked and ready to listen and to hear. So we're going to go out, but I want to give you, I guess you're in good company if you're having a lot of weird stuff happen in your home. You're just in good company. It's just happening. It's just weird stuff is going on. And so don't be alarmed by it. Don't be taken off by it. Don't be shaken. It's just God is just teaching us how to listen to him in every situation and everything that happens. He's teaching us how to look upward. He's teaching us what his voice sounds like. He's teaching us what his instruction looks like. He's going to teach us to quiet our soul. That's our mind, our will, and our emotions. The worst thing that you need to do is start having knee-jerk reactions to everything that comes around, oh my gosh, and then you call everybody and then get them all in a flip and a stir. And then pretty soon you've got everybody else and they're having knee-jerk reactions to your knee-jerk reaction. So we got to stop doing that because that's not productive. It's not helping anybody out, okay? So with the weird stuff happening, God's also got weird stuff that's happening. He's actually going to do signs and wonders, and he is doing signs and wonders. I know that there are some predictions and some things that I've heard recently that are disturbing, that are concerning to me. But I've also know the end story, and the end story is that God wins. And the end story is that we still have perfect peace when our mind is stayed on him. And the end story is that we have a God in heaven who, even though we're running, that's another thing that someone said to me, even though your person or your family member or whatever, or you maybe are running away from God, you're only running in the spans of his hand, okay? You can only run that far because he said he's got you in his hand. He literally holds you in his hand, and no one shall by any means pluck you out. So whoever's running or whatever's running, you're only going to get to run that far because he's going to keep you in the palm of his hand. He's not going to let anybody pick you out of there. So as long as we have that confidence and that assurance, and we understand that he's got us, we're going to be safe, and we're not going to have fear. Okay, we're not going to have fear and weird things happening. It was weird because I was on a plane not too long ago, and I fly a lot, so but there was turbulence on this plane, and I'd never been through anything like that in I don't think ever. The plane was like literally dropping up and down and up and down, and I thought, now my daughter's a pilot, so she tells me things, and so I don't worry so much because I know that the plane can take it, right? But it was interesting, the response of people on the plane. For me, I was getting a back adjustment because we were popping all around the chair. But for everybody else, it seemed like one guy had his phone out and he's filming it, and the plane's all over the place. Literally, we're going through a cell. I don't know what else to say. And people were praying and cussing. They were doing both, praying and cussing. And I thought, well, so, and then it just dawned on me. I thought, well, what are we going to do? Well, you want to pray or you want to cuss? Because when things go out of your control and people don't have the knowledge of what an airplane can take and that kind of thing, turbulence-wise, they have these moments of, kind of thing. I think we're training ourselves to always call on him. Always call on him. I'm going to pray before I'm going to cuss. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna call on God before I'm gonna say something horrible. And so and this guy ahead of me was filming the whole thing, and I thought, my gosh. And when we got off the plane, I said to the captain, well, I'm going to cancel my chiropractic adjustment appointment. You know, you did it for me there. And so, and he was like, yeah, that was a strong, stormy place that we went through. And I thought, you know, normally they go around it, but there's timing issues now that people are having to deal with. So, flight wise and that kind of deal. So we just want to make sure that we're listening to him. We're not freaking out. We're not having a meltdown. We're not having disappointments. We're not allowing weird things that are happening in our lives to control us or take over. We're moving forward in power. Okay, we're moving forward. Listen to God, and also in the dreams and the spiritual visitations that are happening right now. Pay attention to those things, because they're coming for a reason. We're in a season of it. Okay, we're in a season of supernatural stuff happening all around us, and it's intensifying because we need it. Okay, write down your dreams, make sure that you record them, and also, you know, you can take the dream courses online with me. I know Barbie's got some and different things, but I'm telling you, we've got, like, dreams are going to be a major player in the days ahead. That's just all I'm going to tell you. They're going to be a major player. God's going to direct you and guide you in your dreams. You're going to know exactly what to do as things get heated up, because it's a secret weapon, a secret message from God, okay? All right, also, about the demonic stuff, you just need to realize that you know, people are like, oh, well, it's not something, you know. No, it really is that bad. And it, especially for children, it traumatizes them and it gives them nightmares, and it produces a negative and horrible platform in their mind and thinking, and they start to try and figure it out. It gives them anxiety, and it'll give them night terrors. So you got to watch what you put in your home, what you allow on your screen. That's why I did the thing about Stranger Things 4. It was clearly satanic ritual. I mean, there's no other way around it. And it was disappointing. It was sad. I had to, you know, turn it off. And I want you to be watchful and careful, because it's like the frog in the water. You know, every time you put a frog in the water and you turn it up just a little bit, it adjusts to every temperature. And we can't allow ourselves to do that. We can't allow ourselves just to adjust to every negative demonic climate that is being presented to us. We have to learn how to overcome it. We need to learn how to stand our ground. We need to learn how to keep our anchor solid, and that we're not going to be moved off base by some stupid thing that comes our direction and tries to persuade us that this is okay, it's not so bad, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is. And people that have come out of it will tell you that. People that have come out of it will tell you that. And it is, it oftentimes takes deliverance and everything else to get rid of things that they've allowed in through their eye gate and through their portals, you know. So I'm just letting you know, be watchful, be careful what you take in. So what happens next, I don't know. None of us do. However, we do feel like there is something coming. There is going to be some kind of another shoe drop, and we can't drop with it. How's that? We can't drop with the next shoe drop. We have to be stable. We have to be confident. We have to have our strength and our confidence in him, and know that he's got a plan. Nothing takes God by surprise. Nothing. He knows exactly what's happening. He's watching it play out. He's actually orchestrating it to play out in some ways. And so don't be alarmed. He's going to do things that we've never seen. He's going to cause us to ride on high places. He's going to teach us to be more than conquerors. He's going to give us an overcoming spirit. And we're going to do what he tells us to do and do the work of God, apart from anything that would try and take us off course. We aren't, you know, somebody was telling me, you know, if you keep doing all these weird outreaches and all this stuff, you're going to get all this. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I'm not going to stand before you in heaven one day. So I have to go before God, and he's going to tell me what to do, and I'm going to do that. And if you don't like it, I'm not serving you. I don't work for you. You know, I got to do what God tells me to do, as far as it is to get the people into the kingdom and to let them have truth and have them have a confidence in God as well. Okay. All right. So that's what I want to tell you. Several things coming up. I've got a family camp in Montana. I think it's Horseshoe or Drop. horse or some horse head, some kind of, it's on Miracles in the Marketplace. If you go on their website, you can see where it is. It's in Montana. I'm also going to be in Kalispell at the river that Sunday morning. I think it's the 26th. And then I've got Her Voice conference at in Portland, Oregon at Crestview with actually Lou Engle. And so that's going to be an interesting time. The event is going to have several speakers. And then the Debs conference in Dallas at Trinity Church with Cindy Jacobs. So I'm going to be there. And there's just some cool things that are emerging, and I feel like God's downloading solid messages in us and for us. We're going to be doing a lot more filming I've got a film guy coming in, so we're going to be doing a lot more. Well, I have a backdrop, and maybe we'll go on the street and do some dreams and stuff. I want to get that going again. And so anyway, I just wanted to say, God bless you. Haven't done this for a while, so please go to my website, cindymcgill.org, get my book, Words That Work, get the Dream Journal, get the Dream Book, order the Dream Courses, whatever you want to do, and make sure that you get equipped. Okay, the Advanced Dream Course is always live, and so is the Dream Forum. And then we're probably going to do another Q&A. I really like doing that. You know, it'll be live. It's just that people are from all over the world, so they're staying up all night just to get on there. And so I want to, you know, be able to equip you and get you ready for whatever it is. All right. Okay. God bless you guys. I will see you soon in one of those places or online. All right. Okay. Don't be afraid. What's happening next? We don't know. God's happening next. How's that? God's happening next. All right. See you. Bye.